guys, welcome to the second video of Resists, my resist experimentation. Today I'm looking at some dry media options. Well, I'm calling them dry media, but some of them are just household items. Crayons, beeswax. This is a colorless blender, which I've never tried before to do a resist, but we're gonna try it today. And there's two things that I'm missing that I wish I had to show you. They all probably work the same. It's just you're gonna get different textures out of them. So I'm sad that I don't have them. One is an oil pastel. I raided my kids' art supplies and I only found crayons. There's not one oil pastel in this entire household, which made me sad. And I'm sorry, YouTube viewers, I'm not buying oil pastels just for you. They're super cheap though too. I'm such a lazy ass. It would be like $2. But okay, crayons, oil pastels would work really well, and just a regular paraffin wax candle. All of my candles are no longer really usable. I stopped using candles ages ago when I started worrying about burning my house down, so that stopped. I really don't have any candles anymore, and they're really, I can't use them in this process. They're in actual pottery things. So those are other options for you to use. Anything really that's wax or resistant based can be used for this. So first off, beeswax. Now this is, you can get clear beeswax. Sorry, I'm painting on Arch's hot press. You can get clear beeswax. This is natural, unrefined. God, it smells so good. Beeswax. I just want to try a bunch of different strokes. Now you can kind of see that it's a little yellowy. Okay, now the crayon, white crayons and white oil pastels and clear or white candles are obviously the best, depending on if you want color to show up. If you want it to just be resisting and kind of showing the paper, then go for light colors. Yellow is not ideal. Yellow is not ideal. White is ideal. And these are really crappy dollar store crayons. So what I'm hoping is the absolute crappiness of them means that there's a ton of wax in them and they'll work really well. So it's something that I've been meaning to do, actually, is do a dollar store scour and see what kinds of things I can find and pick up to experiment with textures. Okay, let me do it. So I've got two brands of crappy yellow crayons to use. All right, now this is the colorless blender. This is by Prismacolor, and basically it's just the binder that's in your pencil crayon. It's just the wax and clay and whatever else is in there. I don't know what's in pencil crayons. And this, I don't have a sharpener. I can't find a sharpener in the house. So I actually sharpened this with a knife, which is really great actually for getting interesting different planes to draw with and sketch. Anyway, that's an aside. So a colorless blender acts kind of like a burnisher, actually, and I bought two of them and I hate them for pencil crayon. The best way to do pencil crayon is to do very light layers and build your depth of color and your depth of depth. Because as soon as you use a colorless blender, you basically burnish it down and then prevent any more layers from being put on top. And it makes it like shiny. What's nice though is this is not showing up at all. There's zero definition or okay. Now the reveal. Let's see what happens. Bum bum bum. Same thing, I've left this side blank so that I can try another layer over top and see what happens. Ooh, that's cool. The water's totally beading up, which is awesome. One thing about the beeswax, I've used the beeswax in the past, and you can't scrub it very much. You can't put down more than just one pass because it tends to disappear or stop resisting. And I don't know if that's, maybe that's just what happens. Oh, nothing. The nothing happened down here. Oh, maybe it's slow to come to the party. I love the beeswax, but yeah, don't scrub too much, or else it disappears. You lose your resist. Okay, and I'm gonna throw some other color in here. The crayons are obviously great, which we knew they would be. Okay, I'm gonna finish off this and then we'll come back and we'll see what happens with the, ooh, Jesus, with a secondary layer over top. Crayons are wicked awesome. Something's happening here. I'm wondering if when it dries, whether this will show up more, but it's very subtle. The beeswax is interesting. It's a lot more random, which I like, and it's a beautiful smell. Okay, so I'll see you guys in a bit. We'll come back and try this out. Hey guys, so we're back with beeswax, crayons, and a colorless blender, which didn't really do anything here. Did a little bit, but not very much. So the best contrast is between the white of your paper and the color going over it. I'm finding that the layer of color, the contrast isn't as intense, but we'll try again. The beeswax smells so nice. Makes me want to chew on it, but that's gross. Okay, so there's some beeswax, the crayon, okay, and then the other crappy crayon. This one has more yellow in it. Once again, white would be preferable. Or candle wax. Try a clear candle. Okay, and colorless blender. Once again, I'm always curious, like I'm not sure whether some of the, like I just dug in there, and when you dig in, when you bruise the paper, you actually create like a divot or a more absorbent area of the paper that makes the pigment settle in, and that could be happening in some of the other instances. That may be happening for this too. I'm gonna do a whole area here with the sides so it's not... Okay, let's try. It's all just experimentation, right? We're all just seeing. Mixed it. Ooh, that works nice. Beeswax for the win. Crayon for the win. Beeswax is nice because over top of the other color, the like the yellowness of it is completely insignificant. The yellowness of this, however, is totally obvious. So definitely not having it soaking wet is helpful. And this is very, very super subtle. There's not very much there at all. You can see a little bit of a difference here where I did a whole bunch. And here, I don't know. It's not doing anything. Okay, so I'll scan this in. You can see which ones are working good. You can see it up close. It's a nice, neat texture. It's useful to have in your inventory, in your tools. It'll be good for water, you know, over top of water, sky effects, other things. Alright, so up next we're gonna do more resists. We've still got hot glue and masking fluid to come. Okay, thanks for watching. See you soon.
Jest